have a short lecture. Siguro, because of this COVID-19, i-discuss natin yung how it affects construction contracts. As we all know, majority ng mga construction natin ngayon nagkaroon ng cessation of work or stoppage of work, suspension of work because of this COVID-19. So, ang short discussion natin is that what will be the effect of the contract to this pandemic COVID-19. As we all know, this pandemic COVID-19, medyo madalang siya na nangyayari, but it affects really a lot in the construction industry. Pag tinignan na lang natin ngayon, yung epekto is majority of our workers walang makain, walang trabaho, lalo na doon sa mga no work, no pay. So sa construction, majority ng mga workers natin, nag-stop yung work, pinauwi sila, and hindi natin alam kung kailan magre-resume yung work na to. But on the part of the contractor, ano ba yung effect nitong COVID-19? Majority ng mga kontrata natin, if not all, meron tayong provisions of force majeure. Okay? So, majority ng mga contractors nagre-rely doon sa clause ng force majeure. But there are some contracts na walang provision ng force majeure. Okay? So, kung merong mang force majeure, you have to revisit, ano yung sinasabi ng provision ng force majeure. Ngayon, ang question is, sir, paano pagka halimbawa walang provision ng force majeure in the contract? Ano yung next na pwede natin tingnan? Okay. Pagka walang force majeure provision yung kontrata, then you rely with Article 1174, kung di ako magkakamali, 1174 of the new Civil Code, which speaks about fortuitous event. Okay? So, kung ako, ang mas nakikita kong malinaw dyan, mas malinaw yung Article 1174, yung fortuitous event, rather than force majeure. Kasi ang definition ng fortuitous event is an occurrence which could not be foreseen or which to foreseen is inevitable. So, mas malinaw yun kaysa sa force majeure. Kasi may mga kontrata ng force majeure na merong qualifications. Ano lang ba yung cover ng force majeure provision? So, pag revisit mo yung construction contract mo or yung conditions of contract mo, pag binasa mo yung force majeure, may qualifications. Hindi lang siya statement ng force majeure. In fact, kung tinignan mo sa civil code niya, walang provisions ng force majeure. Ang makikita mo doon under 1174 is fortuitous event, which usually it is used interchangeably. But the Supreme Court has decisions relating to that fortuitous event. And tingnan natin mamaya kung ano yung sinabi ng Supreme Court sa decision niya in that fortuitous event. So, revisit your contract provisions on force majeure. Ano ba yung sinasabi ng contract provisions sa force majeure? Majority ng mga contract provisions sa force majeure, ang ina-award lang, pag mga ganitong scenario, ang i-award lang ng owner once na mag-resume or once na mag-normalize na itong sinasabi nating pandemic COVID-19, extensions of time lang, or time element. Okay? So usually time element, walang cost implication kasi force majeure and fortuitous event. It is not a fault of any of the parties. It is not the fault of the owner. It is not the fault of the contractor. It is an act of God, na sinasabi nila, an act of God, or an act of nature na nangyari lang without any participation from any of the parties. Tinawag natin ng force majeure, or under 1174 ng Civil Code, it is a fortuitous event. Okay, so sa force majeure, ang makikita nyo dyan palaging qualifications is cessation of work, no? Cessation of work as a result of the event of force majeure. So ngayon, kaya maraming mga construction projects that stops the work because of that event of force majeure that results to the cessation of work. Okay? So with that cessation of work, kailangan mga yun hanapin yung clause sa time extension. Sa time extension ba, sinasabi na pag nagkaroon ng force majeure, automatic meron kang claim for an extension of time. Kasi ang majority of the thinking of the contractors, the project managers, no, or even the owners of the project, pagka force majeure, automatic yung time element, no, automatic na may extensions of time. So, yun ang sinasabi. Okay? Pero, take note guys, merong isang decision ng Supreme Court na sinabi ng Supreme Court sa case ng ACE Agro Development Corporation versus Court of Appeals 266-429. Ang sinabi ng Supreme Court, the period during which work is suspended due to force majeure does not justify an extension of the term of the contract. Sinabi ng Supreme Court, no? Diba? Kahit force majeure yan, hindi justifiable na magkaroon ng extension of the terms of the contract. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, you have to revisit the provisions on force majeure. Kung mayroon ng provisions ng force majeure sa kontrata. Kasi nandun nakalagay, no, na pag nagkaroon ng force majeure, mayroong time element, no, or itatapon kanya sa ibang clause, at sinasabi doon sa ibang clause na pag nagkaroon nga ng force majeure, covered ka to claim for an extension of time. Take note, malinaw palagi yan. Ang nakalagay dyan, you can claim an extension of time. Okay, take note. Baka merong kontrata na nagsasabi rin na you can claim for a time and cost. So, ibig sabihin, kung yan ang sinasabi ng kontrata, may time, at the same time may cost, pwede ka mag-claim ng cost element. Pag walang sinasabi ang kontrata, you can only claim for an extension of time kung time element lang ang binabanggit sa kontrata. Okay, take note. Sinabi ng Supreme Court na hindi dahil may force majeure, magbabago or that is already a justifiable reason for you to extend, no, the terms of the contract. Sinasabi ng Supreme Court, hindi, no? So kung yung force majeure provision mo is a general provision, hindi siya naglagay ng qualifications like sinasabi ng provision na yun na may time element. Pag hindi nakalagay doon, pwedeng gamitin, no? Yung mga owner, pwede nilang gamitin. Sinasabi nila, sa case ni ganito, sinasabi na hindi pwedeng mag-extend ang terms of the contract. Kasi hindi naman sinasabi doon sa clause ng force majeure mo na pag nagkaroon ng ganitong event of force majeure, entitled ka for an extension of time or a time element. So, revisit the clause of the contract. Ano ba yung wordings? No? Kasi yung Supreme Court, iba pag nag-interpret no? Tayo sa construction industry, literal, no? In fact, hindi nakalagay dyan minsan, ina-assume natin, no? So, we don't assume dapat. Okay? Kasi, kung ano lang yung terms ng kontrata, doon lang tayo iikot. Kung hindi sinasabi ng kontrata that you are entitled for a time extension, pwedeng gamitin. At sasabihin na, sinabi ng Supreme Court, in the case of ACE Agro Development Corporation versus Court of Appeals, na the period during which work is suspended due to force majeure does not justify an extension of the term of the contract. Pwede nilang gamitin yan. Pero, kung ang clause ng kontrata sa force majeure nagsasabi, no, na with this event and as a result of the cessation of work, you are entitled to claim for an extension of time, din doon ka palang pwedeng mag-claim ng time element. But without cost. Okay? Ang cost, papasok lang kung sinasabi ng kontrata na pwede ka rin mag-claim ng cost. No? Kasi it is not the fault of either of the parties. Kaya hindi ka pwedeng mag-claim ng uh, ng money, no, as a result of loss, no, yung money as a result of loss due to force majeure. Wala yon. Usually time element lang ang sinasabi ng kontrata. Okay, ako mas komportable akong gamitin yung Article 1174, yung fortuitous event, no? Kasi sa fortuitous event walang qualification no? Naghanap ako ng references. Sa force majeure lang, sinabi ng Supreme Court na hindi pwedeng mag-extend yung terms of the contract, no? Pero doon sa provisions ng fortuitous event, walang nababanggit, no? Hindi sinasabi. So ibig sabihin, in that fortuitous event, dahil malinaw na it is inevitable, no? Pwede kang magpasok ng claim for a time element, no? Even cost, hindi rin binabanggit. Pero since na fortuitous event, usually time element na din talaga ang pwedeng i-grant or pwedeng i-claim. Okay, now, paano tayo mag-claim? No? Kasi after that, pag nag-normalize, yan ang pinakamalaking trabaho ng mga contracts administrators, ng mga claims management, project managers. No? Yung pinakamalaking trabaho nila, yun magdadagsaan, no? Mag-claim ng time element sa owner. Okay. Majority, sinasabi na whatever time lost during the cessation of work, that will also be the time element that you are going to claim. Diba? Yun ang sinasabi. Or, may kontrata na malinaw din. Sinasabi ng kontrata na pag nagkaroon ng cessation of work, stoppage of work, kung ano yung number of days na nag-stop ng work, nag-cessation of work, that's the same number of days or time element na pwedeng i-grant sa'yo ng owner. But usually, that is an owner point of view. Kung malinaw yan sa kontrata, wala kang choice. You have to follow what is written in the contract. Pero kung hindi malinaw sa kontrata, example, na sinasabi, hindi naman sinasabi na kung ilang days ang na loss of time is the same din, kung hindi naman sinasabi, kung ako, being in the contractor side, I would claim the number of days ng time element lost plus another days na mag-normalize ako ng resumption ng work. Okay? Kasi hindi naman yan pag sinabing na lift, example, yung ating lockdown on April 30, hindi mo yan masasabi na pagtawag mo ng tao on May 1 or May 2, dahil May 1 is holiday, ng May 2, lahat ng tao mo is nasa site. No? Remember, may mga areas pa baka magdagsaan sa bus terminal, hindi makapag-travel. Ibig sabihin, on that May 2, May 3 onwards, or either with that 1 week period, no, baka wala pang pamasahe yung mga workers natin from the direct line, no, yung mga karpintero, mason, baka wala pang pamasahe, and hindi pa makareport kaagad. So hindi pa magno-normalize ang trabaho sa site. So di ba, pag tiningnan mo, meron ka pang loss of time, meron ka pang loss of productivity. So ako, being in the contractor side, I would claim with that period of cessation of work or the period of stoppage of work and the period na nagkaroon pa ako ng loss of productivity. Although, sigurado yan, the owner will not grant you a cost or a money or the loss of money for that. But dapat madagdag yung time element ng time na mag-mobilize ka uli ng resources plus yung time na na-lost due to that stoppage of work. Ako yun yung concept ko being in a contractor sides, no? And the owner, dapat ang owner din or the project managers, dapat is maging equitable din sila, no? Kasi bakit? Pag walang manpower dyan, hindi naman talaga tatakbo ng normal yung mga construction contracts natin, di ba? Like, talagang hindi mo masasabi na with that 2 days, 3 days period, 4 days period, nandyan na lahat ng resources. Pangalawa, mag-iiba na yung program schedule, no? Halimbawa, meron kang 1 month na loss of time and on the next level ng ng extend mo ng month is ag-ulan na, di ba? So iba yung magiging takbo ng productivity on that period na nag-extend ka, no? So the planners or yung ating mga planning engineers dapat alam nilang tingnan, no, yung mga month, no? Alam mo, tag-ulan na for the month of July, August, no, and November. Siyempre iba yung productivity noon. Umusog ka dahil merong time element na na-lost previously, no? So dapat mag-a-adjust ang kontrata. So ibig sabihin, dapat hindi lang yung time lost ng cessation of work ang mau-offset doon sa bagong program pag nag-resume yung work. Dahil iba na yung tatakbo nun. Plus yung time table na nag-mobilize ka uli ng manpower resources, no, or whatever, kung may equipments man na immobilize ulit, hindi pa yan ma-normalize within that 3, 4, or 5 days. No? Baka 1 to 2 weeks pa bago ma-complete yung resources mo sa site. So dapat merong allowance, hindi lang doon sa time element na nawala nung time na nagkaroon ng cessation of work or nagkaroon ng suspension of work. Yun yung effect, no? Yun yung effect nitong COVID-19 sa construction contract natin, no? So, read your contract, read the clause on force majeure. If there's no clause of force majeure, use Article 1174, no, of the Civil Code on 42.7 kung hindi ako nagkakamali, no? And yun yung pinaka-catch-all provision with regards to this COVID-19 pandemic. No? Kasi hindi lahat ng kontrata, sinasabi ko, may provisions on force majeure. Meron naman kontrata, may provisions ng force majeure, but silent naman pagdating sa pag-claim ng time element, or minsan medyo alanganin yung definition ng force majeure, no? Baka hindi cover, mas safe, no? Kaya ako mas safe yung paggamit ng Article 1174, yung 42.7 under the new Civil Code. So that's the effect, guys, no, sa construction contract natin itong COVID-19 pandemic. Okay? So hope you learn with this video, no, habang nasa enhanced quarantine time tayo, no, used to follow, no, some of our discussions, lectures, no, para hindi masayang yung oras natin. Okay? So thank you, and hope sana makagawa pa tayo ng mga ibang videos that will let you enhance, no, your knowledge on the architecture and construction contracts management and other matters that relates to construction contracts. Thank you, guys, and stay safe sa mga bahay ninyo. Okay?